Hello, Namaste, welcome back to my channel. This video is about Attukkal Pongala, my experience about it. It's my first time doing this Pongala and a little bit about my experience and everything I know about the history. So, welcome to my channel and please do like, subscribe, and share. So, for those of you who don't know about Attukkal Pongala, it's a 10-day religious festival celebration to the day Attukkal Bhagavati Temple in Tirunananthapuram, Trivandrum, Kerala. And we had gone to two other temples, Karikagam temple and Paravangadi Ganapati temple. And besides fasting, you have to visit the Attukkal Bhagavati temple before making the offering. So this is the Bhagavati temple, and this is around 2 a.m. on the previous day. It was such a rush, and lot of people had come to visit the deity to have a look at her. And one very different thing which I noticed was like people kept bricks with the name written on it on the sides of the road just to mark where they are going to make the pongala, the prasadam. And it was like all across on every side, and nobody would move the bricks or change the look change the position as of for their convenience, and nobody would do that because it was considered that auspicious, and people were very did it with whole heart. And the 10 days fasting was like you couldn't eat anything from the previous day, and you could have only have coffee or tea after taking a shower. You could cook your food only after taking a shower. So there is a few things like that. You cannot have non-veg and any food from the previous day, and just to make sure your body and mind and everything is pure and only good thoughts are coming. So these are all the new utensils. And the other thing is that you can only use new utensils, new pots, and everything has to be new, never used before items for the pongala. And even the clothes you're wearing has to be of cotton and never worn before or tried on, and that is the only rule showing that your body is as pure and everything. This is my mother, my mother-in-law, and my aunt cooking the prasadam. So there are around few different kinds of prasadams. We made the basic sharkara pongala, and the four of us had sharkara pongala made, and then we had vella naivedyam, which was made by my mother and my aunt. And this what my mom is making is called mandaputtu. It's um, it's uh, it's moong dal, or the green gram, which you can see in the previous video. We had soaked it, we had cleaned it, soaked it, and then just cooked it a little, and fry and then used the mixie to blend it and make it into a powder. So we have 1 cup of moong dal, 3/4 cup of rice flour, 1 cup jaggery, 1 cup coconut, and 1 spoon of coconut cardamom powder. And when you mix them up, mash them up together, you get it in this consistency. And if you don't, you can use hot water, but we didn't. We had coconut and the jaggery. It was very different. It brought us to the consistency we wanted. And after making a ball like this, it's kind of like a ball, and you use cashew and raisins, cashew and kismis, to make it as a face, because this offering is considered to be offered for our brain and good health and everything related to our head, to have good thoughts and good brains and everything like that. So you can see that it is made into a face, like the cashew is used as lips and the raisins are used as eyes. So this is for good brain and good health, everything, and any kind of problems related to our head. These are the special prasadams that are made for the devi. Another important thing is that it's an all women festival. Like, men do not play any role in this. They help the women to get stuff and get the things in. We fast for the whole day, so they bring fruits to give to the women. They help, but they can't do the any of this because these are women more oriented festival. It's a more women oriented festival. And Devi, apparently, the history says that she was a little angry, and the women made sweet sharkara jaggery pongala to calm her down. So the next prasadam is terali. So terali, the mixture you can see is rice flour, coconut jaggery, and banana, with along with a little bit of cardamom powder, made it into a dough type consistency, and they keep it in between varana leaf, varana, and that leaf is called varana leaf. And if it's a big leaf, you can keep two, and if it's a small leaf, you can keep one. And it's knotted into it's made into a garland kind of, like you can see my mother-in-law, like she's making a garland out of it, so that this prasadam is kept in a mala form. It's kept in a garland form. You can see in how after they stack it up one after another, one by one, and they make it into a garland, and that is the prasadam. It's called terili, and it's another very special and auspicious prasadam for Devi. So in total, we had planned for 8 prasadams, that is 4 Sharkara Pongalas, which the 4 of us would offer individually. And then I had one, my mother-in-law had thought of one, my mother thought of 3, and my aunt had thought of 3. So my mother was going to offer one Sharkara Pongala, a Vella Nevedyam, and Terali, and my aunt was going to offer Sharkara Pongala, Vella Nevedyam, and Mandaputtu. And on the previous day, in the newspapers, we saw that apparently Devi also likes Modakam. Modakam is another prasadam we made, and we make, and we didn't know that, but when we read the article, we understood that she liked Modakam also. So we thought that if there is available of everything, and if we have time, we would also add in modakam, and so we added modakam also, and apparently Devi likes it a lot. Mandaputta, terali, and modagam are steamed. They are steamed, whereas the others are cooked in earthen pots. And so we thought after cooking either of the two, we could add in the modagam. So this is thoroughly in process. This is the first time for me, my mother and mother-in-law, and aunt has been doing it for the past 2 to 3 years, but 4 years. But the last 2 years, because of COVID-19, we didn't have the festivities. So this is modakam, and you can see coconut, grated coconut, jaggery, and I think cardamom powder. Yeah, that's it. And you make it into that's a rice flour mixture, and you make it into a modak. I thought that it was the favorite of Lord Ganesha, and I didn't know about this, but none of us knew. But we read it in the article, so we thought, why not make it too? And this is modakam in process. Another thing I noticed is, like, this is the first time for my mom, me, and my mother-in-law, but we had this indescribable urge to come again and again and do it every year. This was like, we thought it was a one-time thing, because we had it's something called Nercha Nernirnu. Namloru Nercha Nernirnu. So it was like we had thought of making this offering, making the prasadam for Devi, and we would do it this time. We had to do it this time. But after everything, the heat, it was extremely hot, the dust, the smoke, we didn't care for it. We had this, how I cannot, it's indescribable, and we had this urge to do it all over again every year. And opposite to my this area, we had very elderly women who've been doing it for the past 40-50 years, and they do it every year, and we also had this urge to do it every year. Like, I cannot describe it, but it was very strong and it was very powerful. So this is the bricks are placed in such a way that there's a gap in between, on top of which the pot is kept. and you can use the middle part as a stuff, and we use these are coconut leaves and other parts of the coconut tree, which are torn into pieces, made into smaller pieces, and it's kept in between. You can see in the next video. I have not taken a lot of area because I was helping them and I didn't have much. I couldn't shoot much, so a lot of the process I have skipped. And this is where we say the Devi is presence of Devi is there. So we have the light in the diya, and from there we use it for starting our individual prasadams. So pongalas. So you can see that we have used that parts, and we have kept in between in such a way that there's heat when you start the fire. There's heat coming out, and the pots start heating up, and the prasadams you can cook the prasadam. We kept a camphor so that it's easier to light, and it just automatically lights up. So we kept one camphor between each of the pots. You can see 8 pots. These 8 pots are ours, and there's another family on the other side. This is how it looked. And then around 10:30 there was an announcement saying that Pongala was diya was lit in the Pongala temple, the Attukkal Bhagavati temple. So you can all also start lighting up you can start offering, you can start cooking and all that. So this is how we take individually from the diya that we had originally lit, and from there to each of our offerings we would start doing it. With that, all the 9 prasadams are made, and now we're waiting for the pujari to bless the offerings that we have made. And it is shown as with the blessing. It is shown as the Devi had accepted our offerings and made it into a prasadam now. So yes, that is it. Hope you guys liked this video, and I'm sorry I couldn't show each and every step, each and every procedure. It was our first time, so we were all a little confused, and next time we have plans to make improvements and plan in a much better and efficient way. I had assigned my brother and my husband to get videos, but their hands were totally tied up. They were constantly handing us over things that were, they were constantly running here and there, getting things done, handing us over sticks, and they were also a little, their hands were also tied up. So hopefully next year also I get to come here, and by God's grace I get to show you guys also the video. So until next video, thank you, and do comment down below any suggestions and your opinions, and do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.